Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about this, this man, and what he's holding right here, an Oscar, and if he should have it. And the answer is absolutely not. Um, Al Gore has refused the light years best environmental education and agenda the world needs since the mid 90s. I've done videos about that. And so check them out. But Al Gore does not care one bit about environmental solutions. Not only has Al Gore refused ending global environmental illiteracy, ending our disposable society from homes to fast food to stadium concessions and packaging and transportation packaging, and gaining individual cooperation, being a leader by example, hemp. He does talk some clean energy, but he's refused all of this, of which these first five could have been achieved eons ago and already solved our global environmental problems, and the world still wouldn't be talking about this. But Al Gore also refused the solutions movie the world needs since, shortly after November 93, along with Redford and Sundance, that they were all some of the first when Bell was like, why are you bothering us about being environmental? I went to Gore immediately. He was in the White House when he didn't care. I was like, who else would help? And I'm like, well, Redford and Sundance, of course. And, oh, no, trust me. No, none of them care. But, that doesn't stop Redford and Sundance from working hard to get Gore here. And they tried to get him here for a second Oscar, which I prevented. I just did a video about that. But, Gore's first Oscar must be taken back. Gore will not hand it in. Gore will not be like Will Smith here, who resigned from the Academy over his behavior, which he said, my actions at the 94th Academy Awards presentation were shocking, painful, and inexcusable. And he resigned. Now, will Gore? Never. Never, never, never. Gore didn't go out and be a global fraud in your face. Gore's fraud, Jalen, and his refusing the solutions the world needs that, would put him to an end of being out here still screaming for solutions. This is his climate completely out of touch with reality project. Gore's, he's just out here. He's gonna, June 11th to 13th, he's going to lead. He's going to do more training, climate reality leadership corps training. So he's going to bring in people who then go to Gore's training so that they can go tell people, have groups in their homes or maybe backyard events, small little stupid things, so they can tell people we need climate solutions. This is what Gore is doing. Okay, right here. Everything else in this website is absolutely valueless. There is nothing of value anywhere in this website. There is nothing of value in this climate completely out of touch with reality project. There is absolutely nothing of value here. Everything of value is right here, which Gore has been refusing since the mid 90s. Plenty of videos about that, more to come. But, the Oscars has a responsibility to run a reputable operation. And they can't be allowing frauds to continue to have Oscars. So since it was announced that, at a board meeting on April 18th, they were going to discuss what they were going to do with Will, I started emailing the Oscars right here. Here's, that was on March 30th that I read about that. So that's when I started emailing them, some more to Project Veritas, and because they won't do their job. And then again on the 31st. And so these are evenings when I do it, kind of late. March 31st was Wednesday, Thursday. So they got it Thursday, Friday morning. And then, Then again, April 3rd again. And then I just sent him another email tonight. And so we're just going to take a look at these emails. This goes to the Oscars submissions. These are categories that have governors. When I first contacted the Oscars, when Gore was in the top 15 to be a potential finalist for a second, I went and I just got these two addresses. And then when nobody replied to me the first night, I went back to find more email addresses and they were all taken down. But I remembered these other three, so I include them here. I say, the next governor's meeting on the 18th, they have to take action against Gore, just like they will against Will. I told you to take Gore's Oscar back many times. I mean, any questions? Ask Rory Kennedy. When Gore got this Oscar, when he was in contention for a second, Rory Kennedy, sister Bobby, was the Oscar governor, and that is the lead person for that category. They run the show there. So, I was like, Gore's must be taken back. I sent them my video of why Gore wasn't a finalist for a second time and told them to watch it. And this was March 30th, 6:34 p.m. So, they got it the next day. This is the 31st. So we have the same Oscar people. And then yes, I bothered Project Veritas with not valid tips, as they put it. This isn't valid tips proving to them that the Oscars is continuing to allow Gore and his fraud to be promoted. You know what this is. The Project Veritas, just regardless of their fraudulent statements, doesn't expose everybody, does have an agenda. The environment clearly isn't it. And they have given Al Gore and every global environmental voice a pass for 2.75 years now. On June 25th, 2022, it will be 3 years that Project Veritas has refused to expose all this. So I added them in here. So what I did, because, this takes so much time bothering people, I just copied the same email that I sent, and I sent it again. I added a few things here at the bottom. The Oscars must take Gore's back in a very public manner on April 19th, 2022, after your upcoming board meeting. I can't be more serious. Actually, Gore's Oscar needs to be taken back very publicly today. And again, ask Rory, and then Joe and Bobby. Bobby, who won't give you environmental solutions, yet, man, oh man, does he bask in fraudulent environmental glory too. That's going to be tomorrow's video, I think. So they got this from me, and then my next one was on April 3rd. Well, now there's 7 more because I added Gore's office in. I added Bobby's Children's Health Defense in. And then, Gore's Climate Reality Project I added in. And Project Veritas Action. I added them in. So there's 4. There's just there's the info at Project Veritas Action, there's their tips, and there's their legal. And you're not going to hear Project Veritas do their job. I said, this is very serious. Gore will never admit his fraud, like Will Smith admitted his wrong. I say Gore's a global eco-terrorist. It's the title of my book. Stop Terrorism, United States style. Greenhouse gases are weapons of mass destruction too. And U.S. law is not preventing terrorism as terrorism. And so when Gore and every other environmental voice states that all the destructive, completely devastating, and deadly storms happen because we don't have environmental solutions, that means that Gore and friends are responsible because they have prevented the solutions the world needs. So, I realize, all of these idiots who make a really great income screaming for solutions don't have any. They're all baffled because not one of them really has an intelligence. But when the solutions the world needs or put on their desk, then, it's their responsibility to get on them. And will they? No, no, they don't have to, and they're not going to. But that means that they are responsible. They didn't stop it. If you know of a really bad event that's going to happen with devastation, destruction, casualties, and you don't stop it, you're held responsible for it. And the same is true here, you know. And so Gore's a global environmental fraud who robs people of their donations dollars by tens of millions of dollars yearly. And so I presented this to you before, and I go on and explain a few other things to them here. I send this movie again, this video that I did, and I finish it up right here. I sometimes, yeah, I do. I just copy because it takes so much time to do this stuff. But here on April 3rd, 5:40 p.m., so they got it the next day. You know, with Gore's office and his climate reality project and Bobby Kennedy's children's health defense. I just kept it very short and sweet. And tonight I made it a little longer. Tonight's April 4th at 8:30 tonight. I said get all my emails to every Oscar governor and board member immediately. I think I told them that in one of the last emails. Gore's must be taken back. I added the Redford Center on here. And here we go. Tonight I added a few more people. Why not, right? Okay, so that's Gore's office. Bobby Kennedy's Children's Health Defense, which number 3, climate change is the third worst known culprit for children's health, and vaccines is 14. And yeah, Bobby's out there about vaccines, but he won't give you the light years best environmental education and agenda and solutions the world needs. Okay, so Bobby? So he's got to clean up his act over there too. And I had the Redford Center. I added Sundance and press at Sundance and support. That's just, Sundance support. That's basically the only general email. Now, Sundance before, years and years and years ago, blocked my email. They didn't seem to tonight. These are new email addresses. But, we'll see. I say, you know what, Redford has to be penalized too. He must be removed from the academy. Robert Redford has gone out here and he knew when he showed Gore's first movie that they had all prevented the environmental education and agenda the world needs, and solutions movie the world needs since the mid 90s. And that was like 12 years or so before they showed Gore's first movie. And then when they showed his second movie, I took them to court. There's other videos about that. And I tried to get an injunction. It was in Park City. I didn't stand a chance. But I had them petrified for like 5 or 6 nights from the time the hearing was scheduled till the hearing happened, which was the day before Gore's movie was showing. If a judge did the right thing, they would have been exposed globally. This would all be over by now. Okay? So, you know what? Robert Redford is right there to participating in this fraud, trying to get Gore to go out there and just not only get Oscars, but as I show further down in this email, right here in 2018, 2019, the tax year for, it must be 2018, right here, grants and contributions to the Climate Reality Project, $26.5 million. Okay, that's people donating to Al Gore based upon Robert Redford helping convince them that if only there were solutions. I mean, Robert Redford, Gore, they're out there searching for solutions. If only there is something that could be done. And yet, unknown to the world, they are holding up the light years best environmental education and agenda that would have solved our global environmental problems long ago. So, I tell the Oscars, You know what? Come to think of it, this isn't just Gore. This is absolutely Robert Redford too. So now this is what Climate Reality has on its website. Their mission is to catalyze a global solution to the climate crisis by making urgent action a necessity across every level of society. And what are they doing? Oh yeah, they're out having what? This is like Al Gore's eighth, ninth year of having leadership corps where he tells people to be leaders and go tell other people we need solutions. This is Al Gore's idea here. Okay? And what they're refusing is the global solution and urgent action. The same urgent action and solutions. Climate Reality, completely out of touch with Reality Project, has refused since the day they opened their door, as I state somewhere in this email. And of course they have. They're run by Gore, who has been refusing the solutions since long before he opened this organization. Okay, so then I remind the Oscars that look, when I search for Climate Reality Project, not only can I not comment on their Facebook page, it doesn't even come up. I am not even allowed to see their Facebook page. A number of environmental organizations do that to me. So not only can I not go out and put just truthful, respectful but honest comments that they are absolute frauds in preventing solutions the world needs, I cannot even see their website on Facebook, their Facebook page. Okay, that is how opposed to solutions they are. Now, is the Oscars going to care? No. And, I say, oh, hey, don't worry about Project Veritas. They don't do their job either. So, I just put them here to try. I'm going to have to find the time to get before a judge with them, see if I can get a judge that will do the right thing. But I say Gore's must be taken back. Gore won't hand it back, and the Oscars must also expel Redford immediately. So, and Project Veritas, yeah, this is the one environmental truth the world needs to know. By the way, if you could get around to doing your job, that would finally, 2 and 3/4 years later, be way too late. But that's the truth here, people. That is the truth. And this man is not worthy. This man is a global fraud. This man is robbing people blind. This man's Oscar needs to be turned back in, or taken back. His Nobel needs to be taken back. I would put the Nobel on distribution here, but I've had the Nobel on distribution for years and years and years, and then somewhat recently, they took away the info app that I was using for years and years and years. So I don't get to put them on my emails anymore. Otherwise, they would be here too. The Nobel also knows that Gore's must be taken back. And if Project Veritas would ever do their job, his Oscar and Nobel will be taken back. And then you know what? A friggin' man, no one is going to have to be listening to this global fraud anymore. So stay tuned, people. This is truth that you are only going to get here.